Today we're going to be cleaning out my front flower bed. Now this flower bed needs a lot of work. It is overgrowing with weeds. The last 2 years, my first 2 years of gardening, we had no rain at all. So we hardly had weeds anywhere. But this year we have had so much rain and the weeds just won't stop growing. Now this flower bed is way too small. It really needs to be expanded out. We're just trying to find time this summer to do that. But for the time being, I need to get it cleaned out because it's driving both me and my husband crazy. So let's go ahead and get this project started. I don't know about any of you, but I always dread pulling weeds. Like I always save it for last, but then it never takes me as long as I think it's going to take me. So I don't know why I just don't keep up with it. This area just gets neglected. I really focus on my main area over on the other side of the front yard garden. I try to keep that one as clean as possible, and this one just is the first to get neglected. The first year I started gardening, I thought I didn't like this ground cover. I tried to pull it all out, and as you can see, it all grew back. It's along this back side and along the front. It's actually very invasive, but I don't mind it. I kind of understand now why the previous homeowners put it in, because it kind of covers around this tree. There ends up being like, I don't even know what it is called, but it ends up being these like shoots of weeds that come up. I'm not certain. Some of you guys may know what they are. You can kind of see them on the right hand side of this video by the tree stump. They grow up and I trim them down, which I'm going to do here in a minute. You'll see. But I think they put this ground cover here to cover those up. And now it makes sense. And I don't mind the ground cover at all because this area, like I said, just needs a lot of work. Eventually, we're going to cut all this out way larger, probably make a retaining wall. But I definitely need to keep it maintained while we have it like this. So I'm just trying to get in here and pull out all the weeds that are remaining. And they kind of, shoots of grass kind of grow up in between it. So I'm just trying to get all that out of here so it doesn't look messy. It already looks messy, but I don't want it to look any messier. These are those shoots I was talking about. Like I said, some of you that are watching this video, you may know what these are. Please inform us in the comments below. But it's part of this tree, and I just trim them down. And I'm hoping the ground cover will just grow right over them so that you just can't see them because they are ugly. And they just take over this area. I don't think this is how you edge a flower bed, but that is how I'm going to edge this. It's kind of patchy grass here because it's so shady. I probably need to figure out something for that, but I need to just try to trim it up because it just looks kind of messy over here. In the spring, my grandma pruned this lilac bush and it generated so much growth from the bottom. I decided I better trim it now that it's done blooming. I decided to go ahead and clean it up a little bit more because I really want to save this lilac bush. It is very old. It's been here since I lived here and long before that. So I went ahead and tied it up real tight and got any loose ends tied up and trimmed off the top. And I'm hoping that will help it just flourish in the next year.
Come go lay down on your bed.
I will say this spirea is one of my favorite perennials. This was in the backyard when we moved in. My husband moved it up here, and I literally have to do nothing to it. This year I actually have done nothing to it. Normally I'll trim it up in the spring, but this year I kind of wanted it to grow wild. It bloomed some really pretty pink blooms, and I went ahead and just let it grow wild. And I did absolutely nothing to it. I never water it. It just exists. So I don't know if all spirea are like this, but this specific one is. I actually found another one like it on the clearance rack last year, and I just had to grab it because, like I said, it's one of my favorite perennials that I have. The after is so satisfying. I love seeing the flower beds when the weeds are all pulled. It's a great feeling. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like. And if you like garden and working in the yard content, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.